So the first thing I'll ask you to do is just quickly introduce yourself, say hi.
Hello, my name is Carl Fisher. I'm a permanent guest teacher here at Thomas Worthington High School. I was in education for 30 years at Foster Area High School. I was a high school math teacher for 10 years, the school counselor for 20 years, and then the last part of that, I was the athletic director at Foster Area High School. So after 30 years, I decided to retire. I was off a year, and then Tiffin Columbian High School called me and wanted me to be their athletic director. So I went to Tiffin to be their athletic director. I was there for 7 years. And at the end of that 7, kind of getting the itch to maybe do something different. Both our kids were in the area, so let's move to Columbus.
I was a school principal in another school district and had the opportunity to hire his daughter, who is a great school teacher, and through his daughter got to know Carl. So he retired, wanted to come to Columbus, and he reached out and said, hey, could I substitute in Worthington Schools?
So I knew Trent, and so when we moved down here, I just sent him an email and I said, hey, I'd like to work for Worthington Schools.
And originally I thought, well, of course you could, but do you want to?
I wasn't ready to not do anything. I need something to do. I had been in education for 37 years, thought I could provide a service.
Being a substitute teacher is good work, it's meaningful work, but it's a challenge, right? I mean, you're in front of different students each day. Students don't always show the substitute teacher the kind of respect. But Carl said, absolutely, I want to do that. And originally, it was to go anywhere in the school district. Over time, he built relationships at Thomas Worthington and kind of said, hey, I'd like to stay at Thomas. And he's done that for 17 years.
When I became the athletic director back in 2017, I started working with Mr. Fisher almost every day.
It seems as though Mr. Fisher has always been here. He's a track official, so obviously I met him through track and field. He's in the building. He was someone that knew everybody's name, and I don't know how he did that. He's a natural fit here at Thomas Worthington.
He started in 2009. I was already here. I started in 2005. He was assigned to our building, so I got to know him, seeing him every morning, going out to cover a classroom.
I've been able to help with all the testing here because of my background in school counseling. I've done some long terms for some intervention specialists. I've been in for every counselor, doing a long-term assignment for them except for Mrs. Swearingen.
There is actually a cross-country invitational named after him, the Carl Fisher Fostoria Cross Country Invitational.
It doesn't matter what his role is. It doesn't matter if he's covering a class or if he is helping manage an athletic event.
We want to do the things we want to do, but we don't want to do the things we don't want to do. And yet what I see from him is someone who every day says, hey, where do you need me?
The convocation is an annual thing in which every employee in Worthington gathers in one spot.
So I was asked to come and I said, why would Dr. Bowers want me there? And well, sometimes he talks about some people and he likes just to have them present when he mentions them.
And Dr. Bowers started talking about an individual with 50 plus years in service.
I've often said to Doreen, my wife, someday I want to be like Carl Fisher.
Everybody was just like standing on their feet. They're like, yeah!
I was so glad the lights were out in that auditorium because I was crying my eyes out.
It was great to see him get the recognition, even though he does not like that at all.
Mr. Fisher gets up on stage and you can tell that he's pretty taken aback. He's humble. He doesn't do it for recognition. He does it because that's who Mr. Fisher is. He wants to serve others.
Students described this person as kind, always friendly and welcoming.
He was sitting right beside me, and Mr. Scully started with the Hall of Fame, and it wasn't until he heard athletic director.
The staff member has been a fixture in the Worthington schools since he retired as an athletic director in Fostoria, Ohio.
His head kind of popped up, and then he knew.
Please welcome the most dedicated, overqualified Worthington School substitute teacher to the lectern, Carl Fisher.
Hall of Fame recognition is a vote. Staff members and students say, who do we want to put in our Hall of Fame? I'm still trying to get there, just for the record.
I was so glad to be sitting next to him. So deserving. His family was there to see him get the honor.
Very humbling, extremely surprised by it. I look back on the things I've done in the 16 years I've been with Worthington Schools, and I just think I'm another Joe that comes in and checks out and does what I need to do, and I'm a team player, and anything I can do to help out.
I see what Carl does selflessly every day, and that's had a positive impact on our school.
There's no malarkey coming out of him. Like, he is who he is.
In the classroom, he is empathetic, he's understanding, he builds those positive relationships with students.
It doesn't seem like it's been 16 years, but I've been in every building. It's a good place to be, or I wouldn't be here.